So we've already talked about the issue of Donald Trump going on Sean Hannity's program this past Wednesday evening, where he not only said that the FBI clearly was looking for Hillary's emails at Mar-a-Lago, but he also made the claim that I can declassify things with my mind, right? I can like Jedi mind trick these documents into being declassified. But everybody who watched that understood that's not true. But there was one person who watched that happen who used to be very close to Donald Trump, who recognized it as more than just a lie, but perhaps a symptom showing us how bad Donald Trump's mental health has really become. And that former ally happens to be, of course, Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer/fixer, who appeared on CNN at the end of the week to basically sound the alarm bells, I guess you would call it, about how bad Donald Trump's cognitive abilities have declined since he worked with Michael Cohen. So let me read what Michael Cohen said on CNN. There's something very different about Donald Trump today than the Donald Trump I remember at the Trump Organization. I think cognitively, there's something serious going on. He's so worried about what's going on, not just in this case, but in all of the cases, that I really do believe that cognitively there's something going on there, because nobody, even Donald, he's not stupid enough to believe that you can mentally declassify documents. He knew what documents were there. I mean, there's nuclear documents, and we don't even know which ones that they are. We don't know what country they relate to. And I believe he took those documents and all of them in order to use against the United States in the event that he's indicted or potentially incarcerated. It's a get out of jail free card. Cohen also then went on to say that Donald Trump, the Donald Trump he knows, will absolutely throw his kids under the bus to save his own butt. You know, he will absolutely not be the one to fall on his sword, and he would let all 3 of his kids go to jail before he takes that bullet himself. But to the mental decline part, let's be very clear. Donald Trump has always had, a weak grasp on reality, at least since entering politics. Okay, we have talked about Donald Trump's mental health since day one, as has pretty much everybody else. The guy always has seemed like he's not quite all there. So, okay, talking about his cognitive decline, sure. We've all done it, and we've all seen it, and we know it's bad. But what Cohen is actually telling us is that, folks, it's getting worse. And we have to take this seriously, because Cohen's the guy, again, worked side by side, was joined at the hip with him, did all of his dirty laundry. Metaphorically. So he knows this guy. He knows how he operates. He knows how his brain once was. So when he's looking at this guy and he says, this is odd even for him, I think that's something we should take seriously. But at the same time, it may not necessarily be a sign of, further cognitive decline. I can't say cognitive decline. I would say further, because obviously couple screws loose already up there, in my opinion. But what could be happening is just the stress getting to him. We've all been there, right? You've either had horrible anxiety, or you've just been so stressed you can't even think straight anymore. There's so much going on. And it's not unreasonable to think that that could be happening to Donald Trump right now. I mean, you've got Georgia, you've got the DOJ, you've got the other DOJ, you've got New York, you're about to have the Southern District of New York, you have that Manhattan DA, you have the January 6th committee, the IRS is about to start criminally investigating you, you've got all these lawsuits, you're about to be hit with a sexual battery lawsuit from E. Jean Carroll on November 24th. Lots of bad things are happening. Your special master is just spanking you and your lawyers every time he walks into court. Trump is not having a good time right now. And that's going to cause a lot of stress, and that's going to cause, at least some temporary, mental, you can't think straight type stuff. Whether or not it's permanent and a sign of actual decline, I guess we'll have to wait and see a couple weeks from now if he's still behaving this way or if he's calmed down. If he hasn't calmed down, then I think it is safe to say he's on the rapid decline, and it's only going to get worse from there. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.